Ernest, what variety am I looking at now?
You are looking at exotic variety, which is Lolorosa.
Lolorosa.
Okay. Yeah, it have this ruby reddish color, and I must say this is a bit new to a lot of people.
Okay.
And I hope that when it comes, you go and taste it and to feel how sweetness, crunchiness, and a different taste. Let me put it that way. Yeah, get a different taste.
Wow.
Of this Lolorosa. It's really nice. It adds color to your salad.
Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode. My name is Jackie, and if you are here, this is the 88 Greenyard Farm YouTube channel. Today I'm coming to you from Farm Estates Ltd. Imagine growing lettuce with no soil, or any other vegetable with no soil. Just water, right? No sunlight, and then in a pesticide-free environment, and then imagine this too in a small space. Is that possible? I'm right here in Farm Estates, and that is what they do, hydroponics farming. If you would be interested in doing something in agribusiness, this is an option. Stay tuned and find out more in this video. If you are new to this channel, do well to subscribe and also turn on your notification post for other videos. And also don't forget to share our video online and then follow us on our socials. Hello Ernest, once again, welcome to our channel. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Thank you so much. My name is Ernest Lamy, and I'm the CEO for Farm Estates Ltd. CEO and co-founder, sorry.
Okay, for Farm Estates.
For Farm Estates.
Farm Estates. We are excited to know more about Farm Estates. Can you tell us what birthed this idea?
What birthed? Wow. I was working with the multimedia group, and I had the opportunity to work on a documentary titled Poison on the Menu. And after the documentary, consuming salad became a problem for me because of getting to know how the farmers are applying pesticides and the kind of processes they are supposed to take in order to harvest, to bring the product to the market. They are not doing, they are not following the proper things to do.
Okay.
And after the documentary, they tested some of the products from KNUST and other labs and found that there was so much concentration of pesticides and also certain organisms within the salad, and that made me to think, okay, what can I do about it? But fortunate for me, I had brothers. I'm also an engineer, so I had a brother who is into electrical, other one too is into software engineering. So we came together. We've been working on projects for universities, and we're like, okay, what can we do to solve this problem? And we had an opportunity to attend a program at IFA International at the day they were launching their program in Accra. We got to know there is so much opportunity in the agri value chain, which if anybody who has engineering background can find the problems and find a solution to it. So there is pest issues, there is irrigation issues and stuff. What can we also do? And as a team, after just discussing and getting to know that yes, we can build a technology, we don't have any idea about plants. So we went out there to look for somebody who had knowledge in the horticulture field. And a person came in and then helped us, and together this thing came on. And I must say that KIC also helped us, funded us, and this is where we are now. Like I was saying, Cosmos Innovation Center funded us, and that gave birth to Farm Estates Ltd. We are an agri-tech startup, and we are into indoor vertical hydroponics farming. And we use this technology to make sure that we are able to get a good yield.
Okay, that's great. So you mentioned indoor hydroponics farming. Can you break that down to the minimum for my viewers to get? When you say hydroponics and vertical, all those things, what does it mean?
So indoor hydroponic farming is just a fancy word. So when we say hydroponics, it means that being able to use water to cultivate something, water and nutrients. And the indoor is to facilitate to be able to control the environment and climate. You know, every plant that you see adapts to certain climates. Let's say if you pick a vegetable from Europe and then you bring them to Ghana here, it won't succeed. These are all exotic varieties of lettuce that we have here, which normally shouldn't grow in this part of the country. But because of we are indoor and we are controlling the climates, we've been able to grow them here.
So Ernest, you mentioned using water and nutrients. Are those the only means of hydroponic farming? Do you have any other media you grow with hydroponics?
Okay, with hydroponics, you can also use other mediums like substrates to also grow. But with our way, we are not using any substrates. We are just using water and nutrients. And substrates, we have different types. It could be either a coconut fiber.
Cocoa peats.
Cocoa peats, correct. Or maybe plants, a tree that has been chopped down into a very small level that you can use to also do your planting as well.
But you, in your case, it's strictly water and
strictly water and nutrients.
All right. You mentioned vertical. How does that planning?
So because we want to bring urban farming, looking at how space is very scarce in Accra, we thought it wise to rather go upwards. So we have a system that we call rag, and this rag allows us to be able to grow in different stages, which then it's called a vertical because we are growing upwards. So this allows us to be able to grow to any height that we want, depending on the building heights, depending on where you want to get to. So the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. And in here you can see we have 5 vertical racks here, and all these rows have plants in there, and so it allows us to be able to harvest more in terms of production.
So this setup is good, you've touched on it. I mean, you mentioned Cosmos Innovation Center supported you with some funds. What goes into the setup of this kind of space?
So to have here, you need to first get a facility. You have to get a building, or let's say a container, a well-tight, sealed place. Because of pest issues, we don't want pests to enter into the farm. You need to get a place that is well-tight so that pests will not enter. And then after that, you need to also get your racks to be locally manufactured for you, or if you have money, you can also import the rack in the metal forms. And then you also need a technology in a way of sensors, and then software, and then some electrical equipment like fans and air conditioning for the climate control.
We use fans, air conditioning, all in this space.
Yes, we use fans and air conditioning to get the climate that it's suitable for the plants.
It's definitely a controlled environment, so you need that. It will be capital intensive, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is capital intensive.
But you talked about trying to draw the youth into this. How easy is it then if it is capital intensive?
Well, one of the things that we got to know in our research was the banks are willing, they would like to give money to people to go into farming, but because of the issues that the traditional farming comes with, for example, is like pest issue, climate issues and stuff. The banks are not willing to give the money, but if they see that you have something that you can control your yield and control all these mechanisms that are making you to not get a better yield, then they will give you the money. But after talking to the banks, they said, okay, if we are able to put up such a structure, then they will look at how they will be able to disperse money to maybe 2 or 3 people who comes together to have, let's say, a 40-footer container that can perhaps gives you 4,000 plus heads of plants. So
with what you are telling me, it means that you are able to say that, okay, spending this amount, or I'm putting this ABC items, that makes up 100%. And then I know at the end of the day, I am guaranteed maybe 80% or 90% yield from what I'm putting in there.
Yes.
You are able to tell that with
You
this
are able
setup.
to tell because since everything is being controlled, including the climate, the water, nutrients, the pH, and other factors, all factors that the plants need in order to grow, because all those things are being taken care of, it means that you are almost 100%, let me put it that way,
wow,
to get the yield that you are aiming for.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of vegetables or plants do well in this kind of setup? So
with this setup, you can do leafy greens. For example, you can do herbs.
Okay.
Herbs like coriander, mint. You can also do lettuce, which is foreign varieties or local varieties. You can also do fruity vegetables like tomatoes, bell pepper. You can also do something like strawberry as well. Wow. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I mean, we like our vegetables, and then for this one, I know what is going in there, and it's guaranteed what I'm going to get in return, the kind of nutrients and everything. Okay. Let me take you back a little. You mentioned software. How does that play out in all of this?
Because we want to minimize human error, we decided to use or build our own AI system in order to collect data, and then the data will be analyzed, and then that data that is analyzed, the system automatically uses that to adjust whatever in the file.
Okay, so what role does it play, like in the setup that we are in now? What role does that play?
Okay, so as I said earlier, it collects data from all the sensors that we have in this room in terms of humidity, temperature, nutrients, fertigation tank. So we have a motor, it controls it, it's supply water to all the plants automatically. And then if the nutrients within the water has been taken by the plants, the system automatically gets to know. Then it knows that, okay, I'm supposed to add, let's say, 1/4 of this X amount of nutrients to the water. Then it will mix it, then flush it through the entire system. The AI system is also able to control the light, as you are seeing here. During the day, it checks the temperature within the room, and then it knows the amount of light it's supposed to give to the plants. If, let's say, this place is very warm, it knows that I'm supposed to tone down the light a bit. If the day is a bit cold, it knows that I have to increase the light brightness so that the plants can pick the nutrients very quickly.
Okay, so in that case, you have minimum human involvement there.
Correct.
So you have a system where whilst it's doing that, you're able to monitor even when you are not here?
Yes. We have a dashboard. All the data that is being collected is also being broadcast live. And we can see the values of each component. About the temperature, we can see that the last hour, the temperature was, let's say, 24 degrees. And the system saw that, no, this plant needs, let's say, 30 degrees. So it will either decrease it or increase it. You get that? And if the nutrients are also not much within the water that is passing through under the plant's roots, the sensors pick those data, then automatically it acts on the commands that, okay, the nutrients are not enough for the plants to grow, so I need to add this X amount to it, and then it does it automatically. So we have something that we call, we have this is a fertigation tank, and then as you can see on your left, we have the dorsal pump, which also administer the nutrients into the water for the plants to pick up. And all these things are done automatically without anybody being here.
This sounds really well thought through and then researched. You guys are doing great.
Thank you so much.
So I want us to delve a little deeper. You mentioned the leafy plants and other stuff that you are able to grow in such kind of setup. Now, in farm estate setup, what have you successfully grown?
Okay, so what we have here currently are exotic varieties of lettuce. We have Lolorosa, and then we also have Batavia here.
Okay.
That is what we have currently in our facility here. But in the past, we've been able to grow tomatoes and then sweet pepper and other plants that I can't remember the name, but we've done experiments on those things, and we are hoping in the future we'll start producing those fruity vegetables as well.
Okay, so if I want to grow lettuce, for instance, what process does it go through? Do you nest like we do in open field and green space and all of that? Can you walk us through what's a typical process for a lettuce?
So for us to be able to start a leafy green production, which is lettuce, we acquire our seeds from our suppliers, and then from there we nurse seeds in a tray. We apply water to them day by day. We check their temperature. Then we have a sponge that we use in nursing the seeds. The sponge makes sure that it sucks the water so that there will be a water around the seed for it to sprout. When the seed starts sprouting, we wait for 7 days, and then it starts sprouting. We then expose them to light, and then we also expose them to a half nutrient, and then after 21 days, then we transfer them into the NFC tray system here, and then we then give them a full nutrient, and then it just goes in cycle. So the water passes through, and that because by 21 days every seed has germinated and has also gotten a root. So when we transfer them into the NFC, it sucks the water. When the water is passing through, it sucks water, then it also picks nutrients out of it. Then it starts growing.
Okay, Ernest. So, I mean, as a young person who is interested in agribusiness and farming, why should I consider this kind of farming, hydroponics, as opposed to maybe open field farming? Why would I consider that? What would you say about that?
Cultivating indoor, and we are able to mimic any weather condition that we want. We are able to grow all year round.
Okay, you don't need to wait for the season.
No. We don't need any rain. We don't need any sun. I mean, we create our environment, as I said earlier. So whether it is raining or shining, we are still producing. And then the other thing too is because we are growing indoor, we don't have any pests issues. And that translates into we not using any pesticides in our products. So
zero.
Yeah, zero. Wow. So in a small space, we are able to grow more yield because we are using vertical. We call it the 3D space. Another thing too is we are able to control the exact nutrients that the plants need, the exact amount of water that the plants need. All these things are controlled automatically. So we don't have any human interference.
Wow. So at least you know the amount of nutrients your plant is receiving. There is no trace of, not even a trace. You don't use pesticides at all.
At all. Yeah.
Wow.
At all. Yeah.
Then that would be really healthy.
Yes, it is. It is really healthy. Another advantage is the traceability. Most of the produce that we get or we have in the markets, we don't know where they are coming from. But because this is in the urban center, we have attached something that we call a QR code and then a barcode. These barcodes are also on our products. In the production process, we have the barcode identifying each step that the products went through before becoming a whole product and then goes into the market. So if you buy our product, you are able to scan to know, okay, this product was grown by Farm Estates Ltd. And then you also know how many days it got to grow, the amount of nutrients it consumed, amount of water, and then also where you bought it from.
Wow.
So in case there's a problem, we are able to rectify it very quickly.
That's a really good one. But I'm curious to know, with these processes indoor and everything, does it have any effect on how the lettuce tastes?
Ours tastes a bit different from the one that you normally buy from the market.
Ernest, you mentioned 2 varieties of lettuce that you are growing here. Is that exotic varieties, right?
Yes. Correct.
Can you show me them now?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
What variety am I looking at now?
You are looking at exotic variety, which is Lolorosa.
Dolorosa.
Dolorosa, yeah. It's have this ruby reddish color, and I must say this is a bit new to a lot of people.
Okay.
And I hope that when it comes, you go and taste it and to feel how sweetness, crunchiness, and a different taste. Let me put it that way. Yeah, get a different taste.
Wow.
Of this Dolorosa. It's really nice. It adds color to your salad.
So is this ready for harvest?
No, please. It's just left with just some few days, and then we'll harvest it.
Okay, that's nice. And then I see we have a different variety.
Yes.
This looks greener than what I see here.
Yeah. So this is also called Batavia.
Batavia. Okay, I think Batavia. I saw that on your website.
Yeah, and it's also crunchy. Have tastes sort of like groundnuts.
Wow. Now we've talked about all of these, and it sounds fun. It sounds nice. I'm sure you face challenges. Could you tell us some of them?
Oh yeah. We've faced a lot of challenges. So let me tell you a story.
Okay.
At the time we started, way back 3 years ago, we didn't have much experience in, let's say, nutrients application and lights in terms of the proper spectrum lights that we need in order to grow the lettuce. We failed, Pato. We really failed, and we kept on trying, and kept on standardizing stuff. And I think for the past 2 years, we've been able to get to where we are now. Another challenge that we face in this facility is electricity. We all know how now the lights is going off and on, and that is really affecting our production time.
Okay.
Because we are controlling everything. If the light goes off, it means that everything becomes stagnant just like that. And we are hoping if the government can do something about it so that our production, we can meet our production targets.
Okay, so could you explain when you say it affects your production targets?
Plants need 16 hours of light to work, being it outside or indoor.
Okay.
And if the lights are off, they are not able to do their photosynthesis in terms of eating so that they can grow. So if the light goes off, the nutrients and the water that is going through our NFT tray system, it just gets stuck just that way. And then the light also goes off, so yeah, nothing works. I mean, everything comes to standstill. And we do not want to use generator due to environmental concerns. So we are looking at seeing if we can also employ into solar technology to run our farm. But you know, solar is very expensive.
It is.
And we are now working towards that.
Okay. So you mentioned the impact on the environment. With what we've talked about, I would want you to confirm that this is sustainable. It doesn't affect the environment in any negative way, does it?
Yes, it does not. We use water efficiently. Comparing this to the outside, you know, at the outside, immediately you apply water, it just vanishes, it goes. But in here, because the water is being controlled, it goes and then it comes back in a loop form. So if you give it, let's say, 100% water, it just sucks, it takes just 5% out of it, then return the 95 back. Then it goes through the system again. So at the end of the day, per head of a lettuce, we use just 1 liter to grow 1 head of lettuce.
Right up to harvest.
Right up to harvest.
You are saving a lot of water.
That's true. We are growing sustainably in order to also meet the SDG goals.
Very important. Ernest, so this conversation has been really good and enlightening. So if someone wanted to pursue or wanted to start urban farming, you know, earlier you mentioned you wanted this to look attractive to the youth. What do you have to tell such people? And then if someone wants to find out about Farm Estates, how do they find you too? Okay,
so to you who is watching me, a break is no more punishment, right? You can see behind me how a break has become sexy. With the help of AI and electronic sensors, now we can grow more, we can predict yield, and we can also impact lives as well. And as you can see, this does not have any effects on the environment. You can reach Farm Estates via our website, which is www.farmestates.farm. I'm repeating, www.farmestate.farm. And if you want to also WhatsApp us or call us, you can reach us on 027 21 39 388. You can also find us on all social media, which is Farm Estates Ltd, on Facebook, on Twitter, and anywhere. And yeah, we'll respond to you.
Okay. And then your products, where can we find some?
You can find our products in shops like Melcom,
okay,
the farmers markets, and Knock Knock, which is a grocery app store, MaxMart as well. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, when we would find the Farm Estates logo on it, it's branded and everything,
yes,
right?
Yes. You will find our branding and even traceability, everything nicely packaged. And yeah, right now, when you pick any products from us, you can scan and know where it's coming from.
That's good.
And you should also be assured that this is pesticide-free. So you are eating a good thing to your own health.
Yeah, and then we definitely know where it is grown, so we can always come and look for you.
Of course.
All right.
Course.
Okay. Thank you so much for spending
Thank
time
you
with
too.
us. Okay. You've seen it all. Growing without soil, no sunlight, in a pesticide-free and clean environment. This is where you want your products to be grown, right? If you're thinking about healthy vegetables, think of getting them from Farm Estates. I have seen it, and I know you would also enjoy it when you do get yours. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification post, and follow us on all our social. Share this video. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.